I just finished watching the Supreme Court. It was a beautiful thing to watch in many respects. It's unfortunate that we have to go through a thing like that. I consider it to be more election interference by the Democrats. That's what they're doing.
Okay, so that was former President Trump reacting to today's historic Supreme Court hearing in a case that could decide whether he can be removed from the ballot as an insurrectionist by individual states. The case surrounds the clause in this 14th Amendment that states no one who has taken an oath as an officer of the United States and then engaged in an insurrection can hold public office afterwards. The 9 justices hearing the arguments from Trump's legal team and an attorney for Colorado voters who sued to remove him from the state's primary ballot. Now, the justices appearing skeptical of this idea that states would have the authority to disqualify a candidate for federal office. So I want to bring back our panel here. John, Heidi, Elsie, and joining us is our ABC News senior Washington reporter, Devin Dwyer, who's tracking the latest and has been at Supreme Court all day. So, Devin, let's start here with you. You know, one thing we keep hearing, and it's, you know, John Carlos said it a lot today, too, that this Supreme Court really has shown tremendous independence on past rulings. So how do you see that playing into a decision here?
It is, Kayna. A lot of people see a conservative court with a strong 6-justice conservative majority. They see 3 appointees of Donald Trump sitting on the bench today, and they wonder, can this court be impartial? Are they going to be a rubber stamp of Donald Trump? And when you look at the record of this court, when it comes to matters of Donald Trump, they very clearly have ruled against Trump on many high-profile issues. They ruled against Trump on the elimination of the DACA program for immigrants, whether Trump had to turn over his tax returns. They said he did. Trump's Muslim ban, a number of other cases over the years. So as you're considering the case today and hearing that the court was skeptical, don't necessarily assume that loyalty to that president and to politics is at play here. And if you need any more evidence, take a look at the 3 liberal justices today. We heard from all 3 justices expressing concern about Colorado's argument that one state, as you said, could remove Donald Trump from the ballot. And so even there, the 3 liberal members of the court today were signaling that they were ready to reverse that Colorado ruling.
And John, to you, do you see this perhaps being a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court? Is that important, that maybe you don't see them voting down their party lines here?
Yeah, it just sure seems like it's going to be a very strong rejection of what Colorado was trying to do, and probably rightfully so. This they haven't removed a cabinet member under the 14th Amendment, I think, since the Civil War. And that's what it was really designed for. And so I think it's going to be the right opinion here. And I just hope that going forward, we could talk more about their policies instead of their court cases and their court battles, both Biden and Trump. It'd be nice to actually weigh the issues.
Right, you have to do a deep dive into history to totally understand all of this, right? Heidi, where do you stand here? Should one state be allowed to determine who can be president?
I mean, I think that the court, by my reading, was deeply troubled by a state election official being able to kind of unilaterally disqualify someone under the 14th Amendment. And I think that's probably more than anything going to drive what probably will be a unanimous decision. On the political side, I think that's good for America. I think it's good for the Democratic Party. I've seen polling that shows that independents who otherwise don't like Donald Trump see booting him off the ballot as really a step too far. So I think once the court decides this, I think they'll move on to the immunity, and that will be a different story.
Certainly. And of course, we know that there were other states considering the same thing here. It wasn't just Colorado, LZ. So how do you see the broader political impact here?
You know, I mean, Heidi's 100% correct. You know, this is what's best for America when you think about just how divided we are. And I also would point out that Georgia tried to remove Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from the ballot during the midterm election. And the Georgia judge there found that even though, you know, the feeling was she was involved with the insurrection, that they couldn't prove that. And so she was allowed to remain on that ballot in Georgia. So I think we've already seen a glimpse of that attempt and fail once he got to in front of judges. And I'm just going to assume the same thing's going to happen here, which is probably best for America. Americans should decide who's president, not the judicial system.
Absolutely. LZ, Heidi, John, and Devin, our thanks to all of you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.